everybody, this is Pam with Jesusjunkjournals, and we are getting ready for this week's challenge on the art journal. And this week's scripture is Psalm 91:16. I will satisfy him with a long life and show him my salvation. And so the prompts this week are an old person. So you can draw an old person, or you can find a photograph of an old person, because this scripture is about long life. And butterfly or butterflies, and modeling paste. And the modeling paste, you can make your own. There's formulas everywhere, like out on Pinterest and so on. And I just bought a thing of it. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby or else Amazon. So probably you're going to want a stencil for this too, to push this through. So those are our prompts, and I guess, tell you what, I haven't gotten my picture of an old person yet, so I'm going to go downstairs and look through some magazines and see if I can find an attractive older person, and then I will be back. Okay, so I have had a couple of days to think about this, and I think I'm going to try and draw an old person because I couldn't find a picture that looked good or like I wanted. So I think I'm going to try, and if it doesn't work out, I'll gesso over it and do what I was going to do to begin with. So I had gessoed these pages to use, but I'm going to have to turn the page because it needs to be smooth paper, because I'm going to, I think, use pencil and watercolor probably. So I do have a guide of a face, and I'm trying to look at that, and so we'll see. So this is probably an idealized, well, not probably, it is an idealized person. So this isn't watercolor paper, it's really just drawing paper, so it doesn't take very well. It starts to pill up really quickly, so I need to put the color on very quick. So we'll see how this goes. And I like to use burnt sienna for skin tone, just as a general rule. Don't really need a whole lot, but get a test sheet here. This is a similar kind of paper, and you can see how it pills up, but once it dries, it's not so bad. So I think I'll go ahead and I need it. I think that's a little. I'm going to use acrylics for the hair. So we'll see what happens. See if this works out. I'll put a background back here. So I'm going back for a little bit more watercolor. Okay, I need to stop before I mess it up any further. Probably should have stopped 10 minutes ago, but I couldn't quit. Okay, well, that's her. For better or worse. And so now, this week was Old Person, Butterfly, and Modeling Paste. Okay, so I think I'm going to lay down the modeling paste. And, oh, wow, modeling paste. Okay, so now here's where the gesso is going to come in. Okay, I've got some clear gesso I can use. Got some clear texture gesso I can lay down. I'm going to actually put the coat of this on this page. And try to get it around here. Oops. Because I'm going to spray or do something over the top of that modeling paste. And if I spray, and actually this clear gesso will go right over the top of this now that I think about it. Because that's acrylic, so it's already dried. And actually even the watercolor probably will be fine now. So I'm going to go ahead and gesso this with this clear gesso. And I was taking a class not too long ago, and she said, it's not about the finished product, it's about the process and enjoying yourself while you do it. And I agree with that. So I am going to just be happy with whatever it ends up and consider it a learning experience. How about you guys? Does that sound good to you? I hope so. All right, I'm going to let that gesso dry, and then we will come back and go on with the project. Okay, so here this is dry today, and I just went back because I can't quit messing with it, and I put some white highlights in her hair, but I'm getting ready now to do my modeling paste, and I'm going to put it through a stencil, and then it'll have to dry. What did I do? Oh, that's a pencil mark. I thought it was a dog hair. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get a spatula, or I'm sorry, a palette knife. And this is the stencil I'm going to use. And so, let's see, I think I'll put a little bit down here. And when I do these, I don't have to have a solid, I can just do scattered and just have like certain parts of it show up. I don't have to have the whole thing complete. Okay. And then, I wonder if I can do, well, I'm going to do part of it here. And then do part of it on this side over here. And then I'll do part of it over here. Should have used a metal one. I think this is getting thick. I'm going to have to start using it up, putting more, which I love, using the compound, what is it called? Modeling paste. I love using it. One of my favorite things to do, but I need to use more of it because this is getting awful thick, and I don't want to have to throw half of a jar away. Yeah, you know how I am. Okay. All right, that's enough. 3 spots. It's a good rule of thumb in design to have 3. Have an uneven number of something is more pleasing to the eye. Okay, I am back, and I couldn't quit messing with her, so I did some more to her hair, and I aged her because I thought she looked too young. And so I had tried to add some wrinkles. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. And this is dry. And so the other thing we have for a prompt was butterflies. And I thought I would pull out, I've got these Tim Holtz die cuts, and I thought I would look and see if there was a couple of butterflies here that might work. I haven't used them already. There's a little one. I was kind of hoping they might have a big one, but I don't think they do. I could paint one, but there's a card. This sort of shows the transition of them. That might be cool. I don't know. There's that. But I thought that I didn't really want to draw one. Since I drew her, I didn't want everything on the page to be the same medium. So there's a, I don't know if these are moths or butterflies, but there's that one. Looks like that might be, there's a bird, but that's not what our prompt is, so I'm going to leave it alone. Here's another small butterfly. Okay. Okay, there's, hope everybody's having a good day today. I came back. I've let this go overnight and dry, and so I went wandering down a path, and I think, you know, I always hate to waste paint, so I was painting on another journal I'm working on and had a bunch of paint left. So I thought, well, what can I do? So I thought I will make some flowers to cut out and use on something. So I think we're gonna have to have that as a prompt here in the future. And I'll show them to you in here in just a minute. But I ended up doing several pages because I had so much paint and stuff on the palette that it just kept going and going and going. Not really making me too excited. Well, I guess I will just draw one. Or I could decoupage one. I do have butterflies on napkins. Okay, so I need to now put some sprays or some paint on here to define these raised designs. And I'm trying to think what color I want to use. I use so much pink. I kind of have used, I've used green. This peach color is one of my favorites, so I seem to gravitate to that a lot. And turquoise and green. That pink and orange I love. I did get out of my normal colors with this. Haven't really got any blue. I do turquoise, but I don't have any blue. Maybe, I wonder if I could be happy doing blue. Let's see what sprays I have. Of course, I have all kinds of turquoises. And then this blue. The other thing is I kind of like, I know, don't laugh. I want to be a little bit subtle. I've gotten so crazy on so many of these pages, you know. This one was wild. This was wild. Kind of dialed it back on these two. And this one was okay. This was, it was kind of a lot of color. This was definitely a lot of color. Let's see. Woo! Yeah, crazy. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't worry about it. I've got this glimmer mist, and these are pretty subtle, so let me try this and see if I can just quietly spray these in a way that doesn't just completely overpower everything. I'm gonna get my spray water. Where is my spray water? And just kind of spray like, I kind of need to get this corner down here. And I think I'm going to blot. Get a paper towel and blot some of this. All right. Ooh, am I going to actually do one that's subtle? Wow, that would be awesome. Okay. All right, so now the only thing left, I need to let that dry, is the butterfly. So I think that, and the words, of course, I think I might paint it separately and cut it out. I'm thinking maybe like about that big is what I'm wanting. And, oh, I was going to show you. So, show you my flowers. So I had a bunch of this color paint, my favorite colors. And so I just took it and just started painting these different. And these will need some lines, you know, when I do cut them out and use them, I'll probably add some more lines onto these because they're just kind of blah. But I did these. And these. And I think when I cut them out, they'll be cute. Now I need to do a bunch of green leaves to go with them. But I think we should probably try this, like paint a bunch of flowers and use them to cut out and put on our page. So be thinking about that. If you have any extra paint, just make yourself some flowers. Oh, here's another page. I had all these just from that leftover paint. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. And then look for some, I'm gonna go and look for some butterfly research that I can use to paint from. Okay, well, I am back. It's another whole day since I've gotten to do this. This one has taken me a long time. I mean, it's several days. Usually I do it in a couple of days, but I looked for butterflies and I found some online and I printed them out. And so I was going to use them for painting references, but I'm really thinking that I might just glue these on. I might fussy cut them and glue them on. So I'm going to cut these out and then I will be back. Okay, I've kind of played around with these and I think I'm going to put them here. So I'm going to use my decoupage glue and put these on. And I've been looking at the scripture and I think I'm going to rewrite it because it says, I will satisfy him with a long life and show him my salvation. So I'm going to change it to her because I'm sure it applies to us too, right? So hopefully this glues this on and doesn't cause me any problems. I had him on her head, but this is in the way, so I thought I'll move him over here. Let him sit here. Okay, so those are on. All right, we're getting close. Let's see. Got a Tombow. No. I think I better just stay with what I'm familiar with. So I will satisfy her. I will satisfy her with a long life and show her my salvation. Okay, so let's start up here. I should have waited till this dried, of course, but you know, I have no patience, so. Okay, so this, I'm gonna I'm going to go ahead and finish this and I'll fast forward it. Okay. All right. Well, I think I am done with this one. I'm going to leave it alone and let it dry, and resist the urge to keep messing with it. Although I can't promise later on in the future that I won't mess with it, because I'll show you. I tend to go back and do things. So like I put stitching on here on my little pocket. I went back and put some ink around these and around the edge. I kind of do like a darker edge on these. I did that on this one too. And so I've just kind of gone back and looked at these. I haven't done it to that one. And just sort of doodled. I put a black edge on this one. I also took a black and white paint in a roller, what is it called? Can't think of it, but put a little bit of paint on there and then roll over it, and it grunges it up really nicely. And so I tried it on this one. You can see the black that I put on there. Haven't done anything on, oh yeah, I put a black edge on this one, and I think I went around her. I don't think I did that originally. And around the words. So who knows how this one will finally end up. But anyway, there's that one for this week, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.